is with me right now. Are you there, Laura?
Hi, Kenny. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being on. Truly appreciate it.
I absolutely love being on your show.
Much, much love. Me and Laura have quite the history with each other. Um, that is courtesy of one Ashley Salazar. I think she was the one that introduced me to you, and you was doing blogging at the and since then you have evolved. You've done, you've become an actress. You've done modeling. You've done a variety of things, and now you are a an author. You got
Yeah.
working on a book, or in this case, already worked on the book. Is now out for the public. Is a book with yourself and your daughter, and it's a children's book. So let's get right into it. How did this book came to fruition?
Well, I've always wanted to write books, and finally, I thought the time was right. My daughter, Manda, and I wrote this children's book together. It's based on something that really happened to us. It's how we adopted, and everybody out there is probably like, okay, great. So you wrote a book about a dog, you and a thousand other people. What makes this book different is that it's a story told from the point of view of a little puppy's dog mother. And what had happened to me about 4 years ago was that I was driving along the road and this little Yorkshire Terrier scoots out and was just about to be hit by a car. So I pulled over to the side and I scooped up this little dog and I tried to find her owner over the course of the day's events. The story, I'll tell you the name of it. It's called Brisk's New Home because that's the name of my dog, Brisk. Opens where this mother dog sneaks out of her house because she's on a mission to find a home, a really good home for her little boy puppy. And that's what makes the book a little bit special because it's told from her point of view. She wanted to find the best possible home for him because, he couldn't stay in her house. And it just makes the tale very endearing and appealing, not just to kids, but we're finding that the adults that are reading the books to the kids love the story too. We're so fortunate. We have quite a few 5-star reviews on Amazon, and the book's doing really well as far as sales. And we had our first book signing and reading last week. It was exactly a week ago. It was at a library in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And we've got some more book signings coming up too.
That is truly an incredible story. Um, to and usually when people read books nowadays, is some people prefer fictional, and some prefer books based on a true story. Whatever intrigues people, I guess more power to them. But to hear that this is a true story, this is about y'all's dog, and
Hmm.
and just how compelling it is, and there's a lot of dog lovers out there here in America, obviously, and
Yeah, and we're finding that out too through the process about how many people just love stories about animals too.
very, very much. And I also like the fact that you and your daughter did this book together. Um, it's
That
that's
was, yeah.
and
It was kind of a surprise, but she's a really good writer in her own right. She is really good at writing dialogue. I've been writing for over 20 years now for different media outlets, for blog, LadyInRedBlog.com, and years ago I started writing smaller articles because my daughter was little, and I didn't really have the time to sit down and write books. But now she's 14, and I have some more time. So we thought that a collaboration was kind of the best way to go. And we started off with this children's book. And we actually have another children's book slated to come out next year, too.
Oh, okay. So y'all got this book already, and y'all got the itch, no pun intended, to work on another one. So that's pretty amazing. And y'all got the book signing. So I want to talk about the book signing experience. What was it like? Just interacting with people, signing autographs, stuff like that. What's that whole experience like?
This was really cool to kick off because it was a little bit special. We got to read to kids, too. So it wasn't just like we sat there and we sold copies of the books and we signed them. They got to listen to the story. And then, of course, we had the ability to, sign books for them at the end. So it was really cool to be able to do it with my daughter, first of all, and, interact with the kids. This was also a special event because the Thomas Brannigan Library has something called Therapause, where they have volunteers bring in therapy dogs, and the kids can, pet them while they're listening to stories, or they can even read to the dogs, too. So it was really an interactive experience. Now, we have another book signing. This one's just a signing that's coming up. It will be on June 1st. It's also in Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's at the Coas bookstore on Main Street. And that's going to be an opportunity where, anyone can come in and purchase books, and we'll sign them and that sort of thing. After that, we are looking to head to El Paso, Texas, to do another signing or two there. And after that, we're going to go to Los Angeles and see if we can get a signing or two there. There's also been, because I lived in New Jersey for a very long time, and based on book sales so far, there's been kind of a demand, if you want to say it, for Amanda and I to do a book signing in New Jersey and also in New York. So I think we're going to maybe put those on the schedule too, but that'll be closer to the fall. I don't have dates for that yet. But if people want to follow me on social media, they can, and I will absolutely announce the dates and the times and remind people of where we're going to be. And who knows, maybe a couple other cities will be added in too along the way.
That's awesome. So get ready for the Laura Madsen homecoming. Pretty much.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be nice to see people and, even meet new people as we go through the whole process here. And after we do our second children's book, and I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to tell everybody what it's about. But after that, I'm going to start on two more books. But those two more will be something that I write by myself, and they will be more geared towards an adult audience. And I'm not going to tell people what they're about either. There's the element of surprise. That's what I've always kind of thrived on. People never know what I'm going to do next or what I'm going to write about next, and I kind of like that too.
So that's awesome. That's something to keep in mind. But for the time being, people can go check out this book, Bricks
Yes.
Home. Where can people go and read this book, either online or in bookstores?
The book is called Brisk's New Home. You can find it on Amazon. If you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website, theladyinredblog.com, and I have a Red Hot store there, and you can purchase a copy there if you prefer to have an autographed copy, because Amazon only sells the unautographed version. And I wanted to give people a chance to follow me on social media in case they want to find out where we're going to be signing books next. You can find me on Twitter at the Laura Madsen. You can find me on Instagram at the Laura Madsen, and you can find me on Facebook. Just type in the search box, A Lady in Red Who Writes. And that pretty much covers it.
So yeah, I've been following you on Facebook and Twitter for all these years, and I guess as of yesterday, I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah,
Um,
we follow each other finally on Instagram. We
so
got that going. That's good.
I, I, I,
Um,
I have to keep it honest with you though. I wasn't much of an Instagram person until 3, 4 years ago. So
yeah, me too. I kind of got into it a little bit on the later side than some people. But it's fun too. It's, just one more place. Um, but yeah, so a lot of, exciting things are still coming up as far as this whole, oh my gosh, I'm an author now thing. It's sort of realizing a dream come true. And I'm still doing a lot of what I've always done. I still write for myself as far as on my blog, and I act when I have an opportunity to do so. And I like mixing it up.
well, that's awesome that even with your passion for for being an author and writing and things, you still focusing on other things, showing that versatility and everything. So congrats to you, Amanda, on the release of this book and the book tour that's going along with it. So she's at New Mexico now. She's gonna be coming to other places. You can check it out on her social media feeds on where she's coming with this book tour, and who knows, she might come at a place near you. So just keep
It
an
can
eye.
happen, like we get reports on where the books are selling. So if we hear back that it's, selling, let's say, in Florida or someplace, where there's a lot of interest, then it's up for consideration. I do a lot of traveling. I love to travel. I think now my daughter's got the travel bug, so we're open to it.
That's awesome, my Kentucky people. You know what you need to do. Like if you want Laura Madsen to come to the Bluegrass State, support the book. Go check it out. Give it a read. And it's something that it'll be a nice gift for your kid that's about to go to school or on the verge of going elsewhere. So it's just some consideration, I think.
Oh, I'll tell you a secret though. I love children's books too. Um, I have my little excuse. I have my kid, like, oh, those children's books, they're hers. But when she was a toddler and I would read to her, I was like, you know what? Some of these books are really cool. Like, I don't need to read a 300-page book to impress anybody. I think some of the stories that they have for kids are just awesome and touching, and, they're just as great as some of the novels that they have out there.
Wow. Interesting. So shout out to all the readers. Shout out to all the authors out there. And Laura, it's great to hear from you again. Thank you so
Oh, great
much.
to hear from you. Thank you for having me on your show.
Truly appreciate it. It's been a couple of years since you last been on the show, and it's great to see that you are staying active and everything. Shout out to your daughter. Such an incredible book. Congratulations once again. Continued success, and I'll keep an eye on your future adventures, so to
All
speak.
righty.
So